Xin Chào, what's up everybody, how we doing? In this video today, we are going to talk about should you visit Vietnam in 2024. Actually, scratch that. You should visit Vietnam in 2024. Let me tell you why. And let me give you the pros and cons. Let me break it down in an honest way from a traveler that maybe travels a bit different from the normal traveler. I like to just randomly go somewhere and not plan much of anything and kind of do self-exploration. Maybe look up stuff as the days go and how I'm feeling. So for Vietnam, that's actually a really tremendous place to do that. I find that I had a lot of fun doing that. Unlike maybe a Tokyo or a Seoul, where you have to really strategically place yourself pretty well geographically in the city to experience the activities, and it kind of takes some figuring out to figure out where those places are. And the subway, you know, is efficient and great, all that jazz, of course. But these cities are big and it takes time to use these places, and you can end up wasting half the days just traveling around by subway if you don't geographically get yourself correct. So when you're in Saigon, that's one thing that's really great. You pretty much know to stay in District 1. You kind of stay in this area that we're at now, and you have access to lots of good stuff without having to put too much effort into figuring out how to do it. The other great benefit to Vietnam, if you're totally new to looking up Vietnam, is it's super cheap and affordable. Has it gone up in price a bit since the COVID? Of course, just like anything else in the world. But still, on a whole, for the quality of the product that you get and for the price of it, it's absolutely amazing. Let me show you some street food. To us foreigners, we call this a pizza. Essentially, it's actually a gelat pizza. I forget the Vietnamese name. I'm not very good at that stuff. Apologies. I have lived here a long time. Shame on me. I should know more Vietnamese. But she essentially takes this flat rice, puts a quail egg on it, some fermented shrimp, some chives, some pork with corn, a little bit of pho mai, some chili sauce, fries it up. It's crispy like a pizza and very quite delicious. So you'll find all kinds of, and you're talking for that less than $1. So for less than $1, you can have a delicious snack treat. You're also going to run into things like this all across Vietnam. It's 10 p.m. and we're doing construction to get this place done for tomorrow probably. So you're going to see stuff like this all the time, but it kind of plays into the madness and amazingness of Vietnam. You know, we are in Saigon, a big metropolis, and of course it's going to be a little bit more wild here, but don't be fooled. A lot of places you'll walk around in Vietnam are going to be a bit like this. They're going to be busy, random things are going to be happening. It's like a great chaos, but a pretty controlled chaos. It's vastly different to its counterparts, say to Asia. Let's use Tokyo, for example. I was just there, and Tokyo is a very controlled, rule-orientated place. I mean, look at all the beautiful women that you can also get in Vietnam. I mean, you've got absolute smoke show hotties everywhere consistently, too. Like, it's quite a bit of a different thing compared to a lot of other places, too. In my opinion, I think Vietnamese women are easily the most beautiful women in Asia, if not maybe in all over the world. I am married to a Vietnamese woman, so I am a bit partial. But as I was saying, compared to Tokyo, this is like a mass chaos. What's up, brother? How you doing? Yeah. Good to see you, dude. It's like a mass chaos of controlled chaos. It's crazy driving, crazy honking, but it all kind of works, and it's a fun thing to experience. If you're a single guy and you want to smash chicks and meet the Johns, as the kids would say, it's a very fun place to come and meet chicks and do all that as well. If you're a single woman and you're into Asian guys, same thing. Why not? Or even if you're a group of gals and you want to do an Asian trip on the cheap, great spot to do it. Oh, good eyes on her. So I mean, opportunities await for you to come here. If you want to eat on a budget of $5 a day and stay at lodging for $10 a day, you can do it in Vietnam. If you want to stay at $100 a night, 5-star hotel, and eat on a $200 budget a day, you can do it in Vietnam. If you want a Michelin-starred restaurant, you can do it in Vietnam now. I mean, if you want some great pizza, you can get it in Saigon. If you want great Italian food, you can get it. If you want food from all over, you can get it, you know? On top of that, the weather here is pretty phenomenal. If you're not, you know, a weakling and you're okay with a little bit of heat, it's about 90 degrees year long in Saigon. And about the whole country, except when you start getting up north. There's a rainy season, so you can plan around the rainy season if you're not particularly interested in the rain. I don't mind the rainy season. Some years are phenomenally wetter than other years. So you really need to check and decide on if you want to take that risk or not. I find it gives you a kind of cool down during the day, but there can be weeks and days where it just rains every day and can be a little gloomy. So you really need to mind your P's and Q's on that. The next segment we'll be talking about is the partying segment specifically, especially like the red light segment and like, you know, if you're into full service things and massages and all that stuff. It's gone up in pricing, but it's still, I think, affordable from what I'm told by my friends and, you know, people that watch the channel and use all the stuff. So while it has increased in price, fun is still had. As far as like outright partying, you know, Hoi Vang still has spots where you can go party dirt cheap. So if you're worried about like it's going to be crazy expensive to party like that, you can still get your cheap beers, boys. You can also still get, you know, all the cheap stuff on that Hoi Vang. All the clubs though and stuff are no longer cheap. So if you go to a club, good luck on that. They're going to raise the price on that. You know, it's not as fun as it once was due to the pricing, but if you've never come here and you never knew it was cheap and you're okay with the price because it's still cheaper than a hell of a ton of a lot of other places, it's still a good value. I just go off on it because I've lived here for almost 5 years and I got to see it when it was nearly half the price at a lot of places, you know. But partying on a whole can still be done here at a tremendous price. Very fun. You can meet lots of great women, get that Tinder game going, talk to girls just IRL when you're out walking. Don't be afraid, you know. They're some of the friendliest women in the world, and in my opinion, some of the friendliest people. I was just in Japan, and I think Japan has some of the friendliest people, but they're more approachable here and with the same friendliness in Vietnam, in my opinion. And then, you know, we briefly touched upon it, but Vietnamese food is absolutely amazing. You've got pho, banh mi, bun ba hue. You've got all kinds of delicious soups, sandwiches that are differently made at each place, so you can try them at all different places. The food's endless. Like I said, cuisine from all over the world. As far as mobile data for a SIM card on a phone, one of the best in the world. You can get a pretty high data every day, per day for $12 for a 30-day period. So, you know, great infrastructure of internet in the cities and all that stuff too. So, and as far as the digital nomad stuff, we'll make a different video about moving here as a digital nomad. If you want to watch me live stream, I live stream over at kick.com, rebranded to /ZBATZ, ZBATZ. Go give me a follow over there. It's for free. If you want to talk to me and have access and see a lot of extra content and support me a little bit extra per month, that's over at the patreon.com /fatandbroke. Thank you so much for watching. Stay frosty. See you on the next one.